Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to do a work and drawing for your DCG project. So before I just start, we're going to have a quick look there at an example of last year's. So there's two pages. Your first page is the orthographic and the second page is your exploded page. Now you can have various things on them. No two have to be exactly alike, but there is certain criteria that they do want. So they want an elevation with two end views, they want a plan view on the first page, and they like a 3D view here as well. You can put in other things then, like a blow up, a detail view, or a section view. And on your second page here, we have the exploded view, of course. And then this girl who did an excellent job decided to put in a couple of her key parts. And they don't want every measurement, they just want the basics, like the widest diameter, the height, or the length or breadth if it's a prism. Okay, so to go back here to the SolidWorks, on the first page down here you see it's orthographic, the second exploded. I have a template set up for you and I do want you to use this, so you can put your name in here in this box and your exam number when you have it, or if you get it later on you can put it in on with ink pen. Now to start off, if you go up here to standard view, hit browse, and sometimes when you open your folder you mightn't see your assembly, so go down here to part and hit all files and then it will appear. So I click on that and hit open. Now the great thing about SolidWorks is it'll generate the orthographic for you once you've the model made. So if I drag them there, you can see they're kind of linked together. So if I wasn't happy with the size, but I am for that page, I think they're pretty good, I could go over here to custom scale and I could make them bigger or smaller, whatever I want. But I don't want to do that with these. I am pretty happy with them, so I'll just undo that and I'll put them in again now. So there they are. Now in this, for this DCG project, they do like a second end view. So if I want to get that, I go up to projected view, click on my main elevation for example, and I can drag it over here and leave it there. Now they do like to have one of the end views in hidden detail, so it's up to you which one you choose to pick for that. But if I click here, you can see all the hidden detail going on with that there, and I can hit OK. Another thing they like to do there is to have just the basic overall dimensions. So if I click out here, for example, to the side, click there, and I can click on the end point there. That's the overall length. If I want the overall height, I can click there and there. Now I'm glad it came in as an uneven number. It can look kind of scrappy sometimes. So if you click on that number, you can go over here and you can round it off to the nearest number. It looks a lot tidier. Another thing you must do is to put in some annotations. So for example, on the page here, if I go to annotate and hit A, I can go down here and let's say I want to put in end view. Now if I think that is too small, I can drag a box over that and I can change up the size of it. Hit escape there, and then I can drag it into place. Okay, so you should have on the model its overall basic dimensions. Now down here on the left hand side I usually don't put anything, and the reason for that, if we go back to our earlier one, you'll see here this comes out because we have a student version of SolidWorks. This will come out on the page automatically, and even though there is ways around it, they do want you to print in SolidWorks. You would lose marks if that was not on it. Okay, so I'll go back to our SolidWorks. A couple other things there you can do with the first page if you want to. You might want to do, for example, a detailed view. So if you thought there was a lot happening there and you wanted to show that off, you can blow that up and you can put it wherever you want on the page. So sometimes you're as well off to put everything down and then you'll drag and drop them around until you find a layout that works for you and that you are happy with. Okay, so I'll keep it down around there. Now you would want to have end view, you'd want to have elevation of course, end view and plan down here. Now they do like to have on the first page also a 3D view. So I'll just get out of that. So if I go to projected view again, and if I drag up to the left or up to the diagonals, you'll see the kind of views I have the option of putting in. So I'm going to go with this one here. I think that looks the best, it shows off the model the nicest. So I'm going to drag that down there, and they do like to have that one in colour. Now I'm not going to go through labeling everything in this video, it will take too long, but that is basically what they might like to see on the first page. Now if you find that is too big, of course, that one there, you can go in here to the custom scale and you can go through that, and you can actually go up here at the top and go user defined, and you can type in what exact kind of ratio you would like it to come in at. So maybe 1.5, maybe the 2 was too big. Now on the second page, then on the exploded page, you'll go again, insert your assembly. Now when I put it in there, I'm just going to get a 3D view of that again. So sometimes you might put in the basic one and then you can delete out the others then if you do not want it. And I'll bring this down here. If I click on this here, I have the option over here on the left hand side of showing that in an exploded view. Now because that's the main object of this is this mouse here, you can make that again a bit bigger if you wanted to. Okay. Other things then you could fill up the page with are your parts. Okay. So if you wanted to, for example, a model view there, if you want to go in there and pick one of them, like the switch, or the switch would appear as tiny, or it'll come in fairly big there actually, sorry. So you can downscale that again. Now that would be the top, that's the underside of it actually there. So you can put in whatever you want. Maybe for some things when they're cylindrical, like the wheel, if I go there and I put in that guy, just delete out these out of the way. If you go and get a model view of the wheel, you know, you would not need an in view or an elevation and a plan of the wheel. Okay, now it's coming in, it's massive there. You know, you might just need an elevation and a plan. Of course, again, change down the size there, they're way too big. 1, 2, too small. So you might go up there and you play around with that until you're happy with it. So I might go 1 is to 3. That's going the wrong way. So keep playing around with there till you find one that's happy. So that looks like a decent size there. 2 is to 1. And again, we might just put down, we want to label that with the annotate scroll wheel. And if that is too small, that font as we said earlier on, you can just highlight that and increase the size of it. So you can go in there again and you can put your dimensions on it then, on its main width, etc., all the key measurements. Now I'm not going to go on and do much more. You can go through the projects and you will see a good variety for what people put in for their output 1s and their output 2s. And there are several examples up there on the OneNote, do not forget that. So these are good examples. Might put that in colour actually, the exploded view, I think it looks fairly nice there. So just to do that again, click on that. You can put that into colour there. So see what suits you best, use up your page as good as you can. Don't jam it packed, but you know, you do want to get good use out of it. So that's the basic nuts and bolts for doing a work on drawing. Go through the good examples as I said, and find your own, what you think looks best for you. Thank you.